Tonight, boys and girls of the NBA community, we got to talk about the most hype NBA free agents of all time. We got to talk about it. We're going to reach out to the Twitter streets and see what the people feel like is the most hype NBA free agent news and breaking and trades of all time. And also, Kia comes out with their latest MVP ladder. We're going to tap into that and so much more, man. Welcome back, y'all, to the Best of Seven Sports Talk. Seven Mitchell in the building. Y'all already know the vibes. Happy Friday, everybody in the NBA community, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button. We got not that many games on deck tonight for a Friday night. We got Milwaukee playing at Indiana right now. The Bucks are up 114-99, just over 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter of that game. The Grizzlies are down to the Timberwolves 67-53 right now in the third quarter, just over 10 minutes left to go. In the third, we got the Miami Heat down to the Orlando Magic at home, 42-33, 7:14 left to go in the second of that game. The Cleveland Cavaliers are up on the OKC Thunder, 40-38, just about 4 minutes to play in the first half of that game. And the Warriors and the Raptors are going to be locking in. That's going to be a televised game tonight on NBA TV at 10 o'clock. In Golden State, the Warriors are now 24-24 on the year, playing 500 basketball, looking to improve that notion. The Raptors, man, it's been a lot of talk about Fred VanVleet being traded. I know the Lakers could definitely use that shooting ability and stuff like that. I'm not sure exactly where he's going to go, so we'll figure that out. But we definitely got some conversations to talk about. Salute to my guy, Magnif is in the building, man. Big up to my dog. Y'all already know how we rock it here. Do me a big favor, people. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Where do I actually want to begin tonight? I'm not going to hold y'all too much, but I did want to come at you guys, as always, at 9 o'clock Eastern. Let's start off with the MVP race. So the latest MVP ranking was released today. Shout out to Legion Hoops on Twitter. Nikola Jokic is still leading the way at number 1. Joel Embiid, however, has taken over Jason Tatum's spot at number 2. We got Jason falling down to number 3. Giannis is at number 4, and Lucas coming in at number 5. Now, most notably, Kevin Durant, his name is missing because he basically haven't been playing, but he was being considered as an MVP candidate before he went down with that MCL injury. So, what do I actually think about this race right now? I mean, I'm not really surprised that people still are voting for Jokic to be the leading candidate. I just don't understand it. I feel like if Denver is healthy, if you take Nikola Jokic off of that team, they are still a playoff team in the Western Conference. If you take Luka Doncic off of Dallas, Dallas is damn near a lottery team to me. No threat to make the playoffs or win anything without Luka. They really ain't getting it popping with Luka, but I just feel like Luka is way more valuable to his team than Nikola Jokic. I do understand that records play a role, but again, give Denver a healthy roster that they have. Take Nikola off. They may not definitely have the same amount of wins, but they'll have a solid record. The Western Conference is not that bullyish no more. You know, I think the Eastern Conference overall have gotten better. So Nikola Jokic, I'm not surprised they still got him at number 1. I'm just not jacking it, but, you know, it is what it is. I am surprised that Joel Embiid is now number 2 over Jason Tatum. This is kind of going the story. We read this book before. Remember the last 2 years, especially last year, people felt like Joel Embiid got robbed of the MVP award from Nikola Jokic. So now Joel has moved up into the second spot. I really don't know how that has happened. He is definitely valuable to Philly, but you look at the 76ers overall, they are all playing well as a team. They definitely look to be playing better. Boston is kind of iffy, but I'm not going to let this past week, kind of deflect what I've been watching Jason Tatum do all regular season. So to be honest, I am surprised that Joel Embiid is number 2 in the MVP race. Also because when the All-Star starters came out, remember Joel Embiid wasn't officially a starter for the All-Star East. They got Giannis, KD, and Jason Tatum in the front court. Kyrie and Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt as far as all-star starters from the Eastern Conference pool. So Joel didn't even officially, by default, make the starting 5. Now, a lot of people questioning that, but if Kevin Durant doesn't play in the All-Star game, more than likely Joel is going to get the bump. But his stock done raised somehow, some way. I'm not going to hate on him, but he is now in the number 2 spot, Trump and Jason Tatum right now. Has he done enough to surpass Nikola Jokic? Will he be able to do enough to surpass Nikola? I just don't think the voters are going to allow that to happen unless Philly winds up getting a record better than Denver when it's all said and done. Like Denver is going to have to go on a crazy losing streak, or no disrespect, Nikola will probably have to get injured for something like that to happen for actually Joel to surpass him in the number 1 ranking. But I'm just not jacking Jokic being valuable. And then this guy, I don't know, it's just like this award is just getting a little bit watered down. You got somebody that's the 3-time MVP of the league, but ain't winning no, championships, ain't going to the finals. Like, he's not a bad guy, but I just don't see the real value in that when we're talking about the league overall. I know it's a regular season award, this, that, and the third, but like I said, take a look at Luka. You can't convince me that if you take Nikola Jokic off of Denver and take Luka off of Dallas, that Denver is going to be just as bad as Dallas. No way. Dallas is a lottery team all day long without Luka. So I feel most definitely that Luka is more valuable probably than anybody in the league to his team. But the latest ranking has come out. Joel, like I said, have raised the bar over Jason Tatum. Giannis is in the top 5 still. So Giannis is doing this thing. I think when we talk about Giannis possibly getting another MVP, Milwaukee just going to have to play better. It's still out for those guys win-loss record-wise. That's what's going to determine that. And like I said, Denver falling off. Let's talk about the NBA most hyped free agents of all time. NBA most hyped free agents of all time, man. There's been a lot of news. If you've been following the NBA for years, man, there's been so many stories, so many breaking news when we talk about trades and free agents that probably done blown your mind. I was on Twitter earlier today and I saw a post about this, and I was looking at the thread and I was checking out some of the news and some of the free agency moves that people were talking about over history that was really mind-blowing to them. So I want to reach out to the Twitter streets in a second so we can kind of look and see what people are talking about when we are speaking on the most hype free agent moves of all time. Me, myself, my top 3, I'm going with LeBron. Could get 2 out of my 3. I'm going to be honest. I think him going to Miami, leaving Cleveland in the first time in 2010, 2011, that was probably number 1 to me. Him going back to Cleveland really could be in my top 3 as well, because the disrespect that Dan Gilbert showed. Who would have thought LeBron would have went back there? So I really could have LeBron with maybe 2 out of 3. Then I probably would say, I'm going to be honest, Michael Jordan going to the Wizards. that definitely blew my mind when we talk about the biggest free agency moves of all time. To me, I honestly thought Michael was done, and then coming to Washington, by me living in Baltimore and him coming to Washington, not that it was a direct connection, but to have Michael playing basketball in your area is definitely crazy, regardless of the age. It was a lot of hype around Jordan playing again. But I would say LeBron leaving Cleveland, Jordan going to Washington, and yeah, I knew Shaq was going to leave. Whatever move was I surprised the most? Like Melo? No, I figured Melo was going to leave, him and Phil Jackson. Yeah, that's probably going to be my three. LeBron leaving, LeBron coming back, and Michael Jordan actually coming back and playing for the Wizards. Let me peep and see what people are talking about on Twitter, though. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter at the best of 7. If you guys enjoy daily NBA content 24/7. So Legion Hoops had posted the question of what free agency or trade news got you the most hype of all time. So people are talking about, of course, the decision of LeBron. Like I said, him leaving Cleveland to Miami. I definitely got that one. KD and Kyrie teaming up in Brooklyn. Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big one, most definitely. KD. I think Kevin Durant going to Golden State would be my second. So I would probably say LeBron leaving Cleveland, Kevin Durant going to Golden State, and honestly, Jordan going to the Wizards and LeBron going back to Cleveland is a toss-up for me. Those are my top three. All right, LeBron going to the Lakers. The James Harden, Ben Simmons trade. Yeah, that was big. That was definitely big time. Right now, when you think about who won that trade, Philly definitely won that trade. Kemba Walker signing with Boston. No, that wasn't nothing real big. Anthony Davis to the Lakers for Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and 3 first-round picks. Yeah, this was one of those ones right here, ladies and gentlemen. When you talk about trades and free agency moves all the time, this one definitely changed the needle at that moment. What else people talking about? Yeah. This is definitely up there. I don't know how I could pass this one. Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, linking up. Kawhi going to Toronto. Yeah, that was definitely a big surprise to me. That would go in my top 10. That would definitely go in my top 10. They playing games right here. Giannis signing the Supermax. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not surprised that he signed the Supermax. I think I'm more surprised about what happened afterwards. Like for him to win the championship after doing that, because people were talking about him leaving, maybe going to Golden State or something like that. For Giannis to stick with Milwaukee, sign a long-term deal, don't really get nobody coming to help you other than the guys you got, and you win a championship in a bubble, in a circle where as though it's a big 3 super team type of talk, and he did it without that. So yeah, I got a lot of respect for Giannis signing the Supermax deal. That was a big free agency move. That definitely got to put respect on that. Melo going to the Knicks. Yeah, Melo going to the Knicks was big. LeBron to the Lakers. The Sixers officially acquiring Jimmy Butler. I'm trying to think, man, because Jimmy Butler went to the finals with Miami, but he played with Minnesota and he played with Philadelphia. And I'm trying to think in hindsight what team was he better off playing with? You know, he does good in Miami, but he just can't get over the hump. Like if he would have stayed in Philly, would they have still found a way to get Harden? If you got Harden and him and Joel Embiid, you might got a real serious team right there. I don't know how that would have played out though. But let's just say hypothetically, if Jimmy Butler would have stayed in Philly and they got rid of Ben Simmons for James Harden, and you know, maybe you still get the PJ Tuckers, the Montrezl Harrell, those role players. Yeah, Philly to me definitely will be the team to beat in the Eastern Conference, even though they've gotten great. And yeah, man, those are some interesting ones, though. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Those are definitely some interesting ones when we talk about the most hype of all time. But me, I'm definitely going with LeBron leaving Cleveland. That's kind of like 1A, 1B, because I would have never thought that he would go back to Cleveland after the beef that him and Dan Gilbert had. But that one right there, also, what's the guy's name? Kevin Durant going to Golden State from OKC. You know, that was a big shocker. That's one of the top fives for anybody. But that's in my top three. And like I said, Jordan, MJ going to the Wizards. Me being in Baltimore, him being so close, and you know, just him coming back, period. That was really, really, really crazy. So those are my top three. When we talk about the most hype NBA free agents and news and stuff like that in history, what was yours, man? Y'all let me know in the live chat. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Have a happy weekend. You know, I'll catch you guys Monday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern on the Best of 7. Don't forget, if you guys enjoy daily NBA content, be sure to follow me everywhere on social media. You guys stay safe. About to get up out of here and sign off, man. I'm out. Y'all be good. This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk. Peace, y'all.